Hello again, this is Ed Cauthorn, and this is slide 15 for week 1, and we're going to talk about working with the integrated development environment provided by Python called IDLE. IDLE allows you to save what you wrote. Unfortunately, if we take a look at this right here, if I move up, there's nothing saved. There's nothing saved. I just cleared the screen. I opened up a new environment. Nothing saved, not even dog. So if I put in a formula, I have to constantly re-put in formulas and stuff like that. Well, I don't want to do that. I want to build myself a program that allows me to save things. And that's what IDLE does. It allows you to save things in a folder. In this particular case, in our development Devil Python folder. And I called this one test. I can look up here and see what the name is, because it's right up here at the very top. So that's not a big deal. It's got your menus, your drop-down menus that everybody knows from, or should be familiar with from Microsoft land, and Python shell and configuration ID. One of the things I tell all my students is that you need to run your configuration, because when it originally, you need to configure things in order to make your video. Because when you originally upload the shell, it's at 10 font. And if you take a look at 10 font and apply 10 font, that's too little to see. That's really too little to see on a video. So you make your font a little bit larger. I'm going to increase my font to 29, just so that I can see what I'm looking at. Voila! My font is larger so that I can see. Now, 29 may be too much. 10 may be too much, 18, it's what you're comfortable with. But remember, when you're making your video to display for someone else. Again, that's under Options, configure your IDE, go down here to size of your font, and then just increase your size. Now, these are spaces. I use 2 spaces. You can use 4 spaces, which is usually what Python uses. Increase it to 4. I don't know why I do know why I used 2 for that one. My last project was 2 spaces. And we'll talk about that as we move along too. Each video, by the way, each slide should make up 1 video. I know the first few slides didn't make up 1 video, but each video should make up 1 slide. That way I can keep track of where we are all the time, and my mind is set where I want it to be. And we can manage the time constraints put before us. So an integrated development environment is a place where you write your program and put it. Now, I put an input statement on the bottom. We'll comment out. Let's first talk about comments. 1. A hash sign means a comment. Now, when you run a Hello World program like this in the IDE, you have to save it and then click on Run and then Run Module. Bingo, there it is. This is its reflection in the Python shell. This is fine for here. Everybody can see it, but you can also run it by opening up the folder and just double-clicking on it. Flash. That flash is because it wants to run in a command line mode, and it does. It runs in a command line mode, but it doesn't stop. So to avoid that flash, save. We put an input statement in there, and we really don't say anything in the input statement. Hello world. That's it. We'll talk about the input statement a little later on, but right now, that's the important thing to keep in mind, that the input statement is there. Now, the input statement is there to stop the flash. Flashing is always a problem for new students. Oh my God, I don't know if it ran or not. Well, if it flashed, it might have run, but if it flashed, you don't know if it ran because it ran so fast, it's done. Keep that in mind. So let's run our module. This is what it'll look like. Now it's sitting there waiting for something. It's a blinking line right here. That doesn't have anything. So what we're going to do is we're going to eliminate that blinking line that leads to our confusion by killing it. And it's okay to kill a program in the middle of things and put in hit any key to proceed. Now, you'll notice a couple of different things. One, I use single quotes or double quotes. In Python, both quotes are legal, but they have to be paired. You cannot have something like this. I don't know how to spell fleas, but I think that's probably right. And then we'll run it. Notice it doesn't give me an error in this routine, but save. I will go down here and I will check my module. What that does is it checks the module for obvious errors. It picked it up, EOL, while scanning string literal. What this is saying is it's got mismatched quotes. It needs both quotes. So, okay, so we'll kill this because that just uglies up our screen. And we'll put in single quotes and we'll say, well, let's put a double quote in the middle. Now this will work. We can save it. And we can check our module. We don't have any errors. Always check your module first for errors. It'll save you a lot of headaches in the long run. Take my word for it. And we'll just run this. And this is what it looks like in the Python shell. And you know that because this is what it says. This indicates that it opened up a Python shell and it ran it real quick. So that's what it looks like. Kill it, and let's run it in command line. Voila. Now what happens is the quotes are surrounding the lines, so they're okay. And you can hit any key, and when you hit 2, I don't know why I hit 2, it immediately kills the process. Excuse me. Boy, I'll tell you, when these pine trees start, these yellow pine trees stop dropping this yellow stuff on the flowers, or whatever it is that yellow stuff is, I will be so happy. IDLE allows you to save what you wrote, so that's really, really important. If we go out to building a temperature converter, and we can go back to the temperature converter just by hitting the back button, and I'm going to scrape this because I can, and I'm going to copy it, and that way I don't have to constantly be moving in and out of shells or programs, or in and out of screens more than anything else. I go screen crazy. So I've got that. Let's build a temperature converter. Let's say, hello world, this is Eddie's temperature converter. And instead of my dog has fleas, let's put in, let's say F equals, or print, I think we used 75 last time, didn't we? I don't know what the temperature is now. Let's see if it's warmed up any. Let's see. I don't see the temperature. Where could the temperature be? All I got is rain coming. I hate rain. But all I see is rain coming. I don't see the temperature. My goodness. What are we going to do? Well, we're not going to worry about it because we don't have to. We're going to say 75 minus 32. I'm going to put that in parentheses. Times 5 divided by 9. And that should work. We don't know if it'll work yet. We have to test it. We'll save it. We'll check our module, see if there are any obvious errors. There are no obvious errors. And now we'll run it. And it says it's 23.888. So there are lots of websites out there. You can check and see if I made a mistake in my math. Big deal. It's really not a big deal. But I can add versatility to my temperature converter by putting in a input F equals input, enter. Temp, and instead of 75, we'll put F here. And that'll be the temperature. So we'll just see if we can run this real quick, and then we'll save the video. Wants a temperature, let's say 32, and it gives me an error. Aha! Gives me an error because I don't know why it gives me an error right now, but don't worry about it. Let's look at it. It gives me an error because when you input something, it inputs it as a string. So we have to cast it as an integer. We'll go into that later on, and we'll figure all these things out. This is just part of the process of learning. 32, and it's 0, so it works. So at 12 minutes and 28 seconds, I think I'm done with this video for right now. And you've got an idea of how quick and easy it is to put together a temperature converter in the Python shell. And we'll move on to the next video in a few minutes. Oh God, I'm sorry I'm coughing, folks. I'm just a cougher.